Hello everyone, welcome to the Nayeli Cardova show. This is Tasha Ryan, she is my guest today, and I'm Nayeli Cardova. Tasha and I, we go way back when. She was my student with Nayeli Art Modeling and Personal Development Training. And through all these years, I've seen so much dedication, devotion in her work in the industry as a model, as a person, and now as a mommy-to-be. You're 6 months. Oh, and she's so beautiful. So, little bun in the oven. Congratulations.
Thank you.
There is a very particular topic we want to talk about today, which has a lot to do with personal development. It is the Me Too movement. And I want to make my disclaimer, Nayeli Cardova is not pro nor con, but there are very important points we want to lay out there for people to have a different perspective, and especially the females, younger females, who are up and coming in the industry of entertainment. It's a tough industry, and also for males, not just females. But we have talked about how important it is, how you carry yourself, how you walk in, how you present yourself. Tasha, fill me in on some of your points, and we'll go from there.
Well, I mean, in this industry, you're going to be social, and sometimes you have after parties and drinks, and you have to be aware of your surroundings and who you're with and how you conduct yourself when you're at these social gatherings, because you can put yourself into a situation where it may not be the best. So be aware of what you're doing. Okay,
yeah, that's a good point. Social awareness and self-awareness, which is crucial for personal development. So again, how you carry yourself, and to be aware of the situations that you put yourself into. It's very important that if you're interacting with someone, you're starting to see some, an awkward vibe, some red lights, you need to just be very gracious and step away or break off the conversation. Walk away. Know when to walk away from an awkward situation. Know when to walk away from something that's making you feel uncomfortable. And what else do you think that it has to do with the whole cause of the whole Me Too, so to say, movement, and how to prevent it? How can we help, especially those aspiring artists, or not just aspiring artists, even celebrities out there who find themselves in situations with top executives who take advantage of, the desire of the artist to grow more in the industry. So, and that happens to males as well. But again, some of the things you were mentioning to me earlier.
I think sometimes people put themselves in that situation because of need or want to grow in the industry. I think you have to be very aware of situations you're putting yourself into, and you need to understand that it's not a must to grow in this industry. You don't have to be a certain way around these top people. It may take harder work and dedication and a harder path to get to where you want to get, but it's also not worth putting yourself in a compromising situation to get to where you feel like you want to go.
That's true. And as far as moving up ahead in this industry, that can have its own interpretation depending on the beholder of the desired goal. Everything starts with a vision. And only you know where you see yourself. If you have to escalate with hard work, you have to network, meet certain people, put your work in front of the right eyes the right way. But also, I did mention previously how every man, it's only the nature of humankind, every man is sexual, but that doesn't mean that every man is a predator. And it takes intelligence, self-awareness, and social awareness, as we mentioned, to know the type of person whom you're interacting with. So I personally have noticed some females who expose more than the necessary at that particular moment, and then they feel weird or uncomfortable. They complain about a male looking at them in a particular way, but that's going to happen regardless. You know, that hasn't not much. It doesn't have anything to do with morality. Actually, it's just the nature of men. Now, how discreet can they be about it? That's a different story. But you know, my mother would always say, tight enough to show you're a woman, loose enough to show you're a lady, how you carry what you're wearing, right?
Well, I think also like the same rule applies if you're going to show some midriff, don't show cleavage. If you're going to show leg, you know, just you can always show a little bit, but not cleavage, midriff, and a lot of leg. Because at that point, you're presenting yourself as a little more open to male desire.
A little more, okay. Yeah, that's a really good point. Throughout the years of training models, I've taken a very particular observation on the way encouragement. They want to appeal so much, and they want to get the likeness of that person who has the power to make a difference in their role at that moment, or even in their career, that they can be a little misleading. They can be encouraging. You know, you and I, we can be having a conversation. Say you're a male, and I could just, you know,
be a little too flirty.
Or something like this, be a little too flirty. That's just an example among many examples. Again, your composure has your body language says everything, right?
Yes, it does.
Yeah, you mentioned to me about body language. What's your intake on that?
Well, I mean, the way you carry yourself, obviously, you're gonna present certain things to male. If you're a little more touchy, a little more flirty in conversation, he's gonna feel like that's okay.
You're inviting.
That's what you're putting out there. So how touchy-feely you are, you know, your advances towards a male, you can't always blame the male if they read your advances wrong. And then...
Yeah, exactly. So you can't always blame it on the person, on the predator who is taking that approach. It really has a lot to do with your invitation, how you're misleading the message, how you're conveying your message, your communication, your body language, and if you're encouraging too much. I mean, things will happen if you're inviting too much of that. And again, this goes also for males. Males go through that situation as much. Well, I'm not sure if as much females, you know, but it is a...
I believe that sometimes females feel like they have the ability to take advantage of men just because they're females and get touchy-feely even when a man doesn't really want to be touched.
Yeah, that's true. And I think the topic can get a little bit more complex once we start bringing up, you know, taking advantage of your position and, you know, just misusing your power in something, right?
Well, misusing your power or even misusing your femininity. Because,
there you go. Yeah.
If a male, you know, grabbed our behind, we'd be upset. But a lot of girls think it's fine if they go and do the same thing to a man, but you don't know how he feels about it. But some women feel it's okay because they're a woman.
Right. Yeah, you know, and again, the environment that you put yourself in has a lot to do with it. Knowing how to put a stop to it, reading signals and body language of the other person. Once you feel the least bit uncomfortable, you just back off. Don't make it such a big deal. It's going to happen so many times. It really is. I hate to say this, but it's not so much of the happening, because it is. It's going to happen no matter how much of you could be a nun, and it can happen if you have a really pretty face. I don't know if I'm exaggerating on that one, but perhaps it is possible. But, you know, it's how you handle it that makes the difference. How you handle the situation. Most of the time, this can be prevented. Most of the time, this could be something you could just avoid. Even in the messages that I, for example, get on social media, if I have the least bit of a uncomfortable feeling of someone's tone, I mean, people are gonna flirt, left and right in this industry, some more than others. I don't believe you should use, a flirtatious demeanor in order to make a significant impact in your career. I really don't. It's about your talent and your mind. But then again, that's misused a lot.
Well, also, if you're doing runway shows or photo shoots, you're going to be changing in front of the opposite sex and the opposite party. And so you want to carry yourself in a very professional demeanor because you are in a lot of different situations that most people are not.
Yeah, so, it's specifically more in the industry of entertainment and fashion. But again, it's being aware, raise the awareness of the environment you're in, raise the awareness of how you carry yourself, what you're wearing, how you look, really goes a long way, along with your body language, how you present yourself, and the communication that you're having. Again, whether it's messages on social media or anything, just be graceful, be elegant about it. Disrupt that communication or just back off or distance. It's very circumstantial, but again, take proper criteria and conscience about it. Any last words that you want to say about this topic?
No, I mean, I'm neither pro nor con, but I do believe that you should just be aware of yourself and your surroundings, and that's it.
That's it, everyone. So these are just reality theories. Nayeli Cardova had Tasha Ryan at the Nayeli Cardova Show add a theory near you.